Yeah.
This has gone fucking.
Yeah, we're way long.
Okay, so
the title of this.
Hold on. Time out. I'm calling an audible real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first 20 minutes or so for the debate, and that's going to go out. And then I'm going to pull this last bit because I think it's fucking awesome, and I don't want anybody to miss it in case they don't tend to listen to the debates, and that's going to go out as a separate piece of content.
I like it.
Just how
I
we
was
met.
going to suggest that.
What's that?
How we met.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How the Freedom Friends came to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
We're going to talk about how we met Justin.
Oh fuck. No. All right. 3 little things.
In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
I still really like how we met. and it's funny. It's funny because like we've gotten some messages lately about people that are have found us from TikTok or whatever platform we put micro content out on.
Yeah.
And they're catching up on episodes.
Yeah.
And
they're
then,
bringing
like,
up old shit.
And I feel
reminds me of stories.
oh, man.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
bro, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I apologize.
I am
Like, I'm
actually-
on episode 12. I'm like, ooh,
I
those
am-
were rough days,
I am
man.
curious because I don't think I've ever heard you tell the story of how
Well, we've told it on the show fucking
we've
like 10
but I don't think
times.
I've ever heard you tell
Yeah.
the story of how we met.
Well, there's no difference in
Because it was
how we
crazy.
told
It was
before.
actually insanely uneventful.
It really was.
It's a very
but
boring
I
story.
think the
kind of
funniest
weird
part-
how we all came together.
the funniest part is a text message that was supposed to be between you and I, but I was busy or out of town or something for some reason. You ended up talking. I think I was getting everything ready for
it
a
wasn't
soft
even a
opening.
text. It was literally a Facebook
No, it was a message through
Yeah.
Warfighter, but I think Scott was the one who you ended up talking with. But Scott was in Nebraska at the time.
Did I ever tell you
that
how?
was back when we got like 10 messages a week, and now we get like 10 a minute.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you how I even found out you guys existed? Have I ever told
I
that
don't
story?
think so.
So I had a buddy in the gaming space, literally in the tabletop gaming space, that sent me a message that was like, don't know if you saw this, but there's a cigar company that's moving to San Antonio. I was like, haven't seen it. Appreciate it. And it was y'all's announcement that you were moving the headquarters to San Antonio.
Okay.
And so I read it and I was like, this is dope. And it was literally the announcement like a week before you were doing the soft opening at the old location.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I sent the message that was like, hey, I'm a photographer here in San Antonio. I know you're doing the soft opening. I was wondering if I could come by and take some pictures. And then it turned into...
Well, it was Scott because
He probably doesn't have pants on.
I was still in Nebraska.
I was getting responses from Warfighter. So I had no idea who I was talking to. I didn't know how big the company was. There was decent photography already on the page. Like the marketing
Goddamn
materials were
iPhone.
right. The marketing materials were right. And y'all do really well now, but I'm not going to lie. It is very easy in the cigar industry to do the whole like, don't we look ginormous? And it's like one dude in a fucking room that's just like...
Hey, we had 2 guys in a basement in Nebraska.
There you go. True. And so I sent a message. I was like, hey, I'm a photographer. I know you have your opening coming up this weekend. I'd like to come by and take some pictures. And I got a message back just from Warfighter. No signature on it. No nothing. It just said like, it's cool. Look for a guy named John. He may or may not have pants.
Previous to that was, where are you going to put these pictures?
There you go.
And then it was, look for the guy named Johnny, may or may not be
Right,
wearing
because I
pants.
responded with like, I just like documenting stuff. If you guys want them, I'm more than happy to send them to you. I'll send them all, whatever. But
I don't know if you took a single picture that night.
I think I took like 3. And the only one I remember is the dude that was standing there talking to you. And he literally had both thumbs hooked through the straps on his fucking overalls. Yep. And that was all he was wearing. There was no shirt underneath the overalls, just
perfect.
fingers through the overalls. And so I met John. John was like, and I literally think the second question you asked me, I think it was, do you smoke cigars? And I was like, yeah, I smoke cigars. And you gave me one. It was like, do you drink? I was like, yeah, I've been known to have a drink or two. And it was like, all right, come with me. And we went through the old showroom and walked to the back, and there was like 4 Pelican cases and a picnic table.
Yeah.
And that was the entirety of the operation.
There might have been 2 shelves at that point.
Yeah. That was the entirety of the operation.
Man,
and
you guys are fucking moving on up.
Well, we didn't have our walk-in built at the other shop yet.
There was
So-
nothing there.
No,
It was-
we didn't have 2. We probably had, I think we had
8.
16
Oh, yeah.
Pelicans.
Yeah.
Because we had 2 for each size and blend.
Yeah.
yeah, there
So-
was Pelicans on the
something
floor
like
with
that.
wires running out of
But
them
like
because they were all
literally
running.
most of the shit wasn't here yet.
No,
No,
Yeah.
we had enough, like,
Yeah.
we were
And,
running skeleton crew.
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
like 3 people that showed up. We hung out for a little bit, and then after that, it was John and I hanging out, smoking cigars and drinking. And then at the end of it, John looks at me and goes, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And I was like, "Nothing." He was like,
I'm building a thing. Do you
And
want to
he was
build
like-
a thing?
He's like, "Me neither. You should come by." And I was like, "Cool." And he's like, "Here's my number. Just text me when you get here." So I showed up. I pull in. Everything's locked, and I text him. And he was like, "All right, give me a second." And he was staying in the fucking
Yeah.
travel trailer behind the fucking shop. And the door pops open, and out comes John.
Not wearing pants.
I had shorts on.
Yeah. And he was like, "Hold on." And he goes in the side door and he unlocks the door and he brings me a cigar. And then we sat out front and we fucking hung out with your lemon tree
Yeah. No, the Scott's Boys lemon tree.
Yeah. Still
And,
have
Brought
the
that
lemon
bitch
tree.
back to life.
and hung out with the lemon tree. And we're texting you because it was like 86 degrees. And we're sitting there
It
fucking
was snowing in Nebraska.
and we're sending you messages of us sitting out. And you're like,
And I'm supposed to be driving
You're
back,
spo-
but I can't because the trailer's in a snowdrift.
Yeah.
literally, I think the message was like, "I'm supposed to be driving, but," and there was a picture of a trailer with a 30-foot snowdrift up over the top
you
of
could
the
barely
trailer.
see the trailer.
We just responded back and was like, "Sucks to be you."
Yeah.
And then you called him and put him on speakerphone. And
Yeah.
that was literally the first time I ever spoke
Yeah.
to both of the Warfighter boys. And
I
they've been stuck with me ever since.
I found out about you guys from Drinking Bros
Yeah.
back in the day
Yeah.
when Vince first got involved with you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
And he was first starting to like he was basically promoting it, right? That's when I first heard about you guys.
Yeah.
And then randomly I went to a Hero Sports event, and after I had fucking married some dude at Botanical Gardens and changed in my Jeep and with my buddy Matt, who's been on the show, and Matt and I went to this event
On a rooftop in San Antonio.
that Moni invited me to. She's the one that told me about it.
Barker. So I went because Barker put it out.
And Hero
I've-
Sports and Vince were
And
Yeah,
talked to
and Vince,
Barker.
Vince is attached to Hero Sports.
I've talked to Barker for probably a year and a half prior to us getting down here, just back and forth, like nothing like, how can we work together? Nothing like that.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, like Vince is a part of this and I like cigars too and blah, blah, blah. And just like kind of,
Yeah.
whatever. And so when I get down here, like I think I hit Scott up and I'm like, hey, I'm going to head out to the Hero Sports thing tonight to go fucking meet Barker and just kind of see what they're about.
Yeah.
Like they do great shit. Like
Yeah.
from what I see on social media, let's see what they do.
And I had 3 cool things happen to me that day. One was I won Whataburger for a year.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Which I think all of us have benefited from at
We
this
did.
point.
Oh yeah, I definitely gave everybody. I used to. That was
I got 'em
Justin's
that
lunch
night.
for a while.
I got him that night because we
Yeah.
killed a bottle of JMO and then went to the bar.
Right. 2 was that I killed a bottle of Jambo and met you.
That was the best thing in the world. I meet Mikey. Like I think Barker introduced me.
That was the night I met Barker.
Oh,
I'd never been there either. Like that was the night I met him.
I get introduced. No, I think it was Moni because Barker introduced me to Moni. Moni introduced me to you.
Yep. And when you were like, "Oh, I'm one of the owners of Warfighter Tobacco," and I was like, "Oh, dude, I've heard of your shit.
Literally within 90 seconds of meeting Mikey, Mikey's like, I got a bottle of JMO in the back of my Jeep.
Do you want to
wanna
do some shots?"
And I'm like, fuck yes, I do. And then I took a picture of Mikey laying down with the fucking
With Tower of America,
the Tower of
as my
America
dick.
as his dick. And then we were best friends since then.
and now we have a Hero Sports cigar coming out.
Right?
We've all bought houses from Moni.
Yep. Like I work at Hero Sports.
Yeah, it's been a wild
weird.
ride.
And the weird thing is though that Jazz and I, we met chance completely separate from all of this too. Like
we
'cause
only met because you were a dick.
That makes sense.
we became friends because I was a dick.
So I was under contract with another company to shoot a commercial,
yeah.
like a big project. So
I was in one of those.
Justin and I were both. So Justin and I own a production company, and we had gotten contract with another company to shoot their big Memorial Day video. And I was like, "Cool, I'm going to do this, but you handle the casting. Like, I'm not going to go fucking find all these people. But here's what I need."
Justin or Mikey?
Justin.
Just
Okay.
Well, so Justin and I decided that we weren't going to fucking go find all the people. So we told the client, hey.
I just wanted to know what color couch it was going to be.
Oh, right. No, if it was Justin and I, it'd be a black couch.
Yeah, 100%.
But the company that we contracted, I was like, you have to go find all the fucking people. Like, I'm not going to go, but like, you're not paying me enough to go fucking cast this bitch too. So
Yeah.
you've got to go do it. So they find all these fucking people. I find the location. We rent the location.
It's like an Airbnb out in like suburbia.
Yeah, I
somewhere.
needed just a house that
Yeah.
wasn't currently occupied to shoot this fucking thing. So I scout the location. I was like, here's the house. You go fucking pay for it. Like, I'm not fronting you on any of this shit. You're fucking paying everything.
Yep.
So they do it. And then all the cast starts showing up. And I'm sitting there in the middle of like telling everybody they need to go, directing my crew and whatever. And then this big bearded fuck walks up and goes like, hey, how you doing? I'm a Marine.
I did not say that.
Yeah, you did.
I did not say
You did the
that.
same thing with me. My name's Mikey. I was a Marine.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. No, I did not. I did not say
So this
that.
blood stripe on his Jeep.
Fuck you.
That blue Jeep with the blood stripe. He finally traded that
He
bitch
did.
in.
He got
but-
rid of it because it gave him so much shit.
Yeah. So he came out. He's like, I'm Mikey and I'm a Marine. I was like, is that your Jeep outside? And he was like, yeah, that's fucking it. So,
You got a blood stripe on your toe.
Boom, bitch.
Motherfucker.
Jesus Christ.
I did it just for you guys.
By the way, I loved your snaps you sent me about your pedicure. They were great.
He sent me one. He was like, I'm pretty sure this girl just called me up.
Redacted.
She did.
Did you get the one after that?
I did, but what did you respond to him when he said, I'm pretty sure this girl called me up?
Redacted.
So I was in jury duty, so I couldn't really respond because I wasn't supposed to be on my phone.
Mikey, what did I respond?
I didn't look at him.
Oh, I don't remember. It was good.
I said, hey, don't let everybody shit talk. Don't take any shit talk from a.
Redacted.
Justin, take the time note on this. We might need to take this part out of the
Fuck 'em.
podcast. Fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Do some redacting stuff.
Say it.
Redacted.
There you go. So I'm on the set. And he walks up and he's like, hey, I'm Mikey and I was a Marine. And
That is
And I was
not at
like,
all what I said.
That's cool.
I
And-
asked, hey buddy, I was like, you shooting this thing, huh? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh,
He's like, do you have any training? Whatever. I was like, yeah, I went to film school. And
oh,
he goes,
well, he was like, yeah, I got out of the army and I went to film school. And I was like, oh, how's that working out for you? And he goes, well, I'm shooting a commercial. And
I was like, well, you're standing on my set. And he was like, fucking fair enough.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
fair.
Like,
Yeah. Touche, sir.
And then this was also in front of like the whole cast and crew of the
yeah,
whole thing.
because I was getting ready to do the safety briefing on like,
Yeah. There was a lull and shit, so I just
Yeah.
started bullshitting with this guy.
so
Like,
it was like, and I called everybody in to do it, and he started shooting the shit with the director because I don't know if you've never been around Mikey. Mikey will figure out who the fuck the person that's the shot caller is and decide that he needs to go stroke a dick real quick.
that
So
is not true. You just look like a good dude, man. I wanted to say hi.
So he comes up
And I was
Now
standing there
he's-
I was standing there not doing anything.
He's definitely lying now.
and no, so he really was just coming up to shoot the shit and just trying to figure out what was going on. So we do the safety briefing. We shoot, and in Mikey's credit, he actually at the end of this conversation goes, "Is there anything I can do to make this fucking go smoother?" And I was like,
because nobody was listening to you. It was pissing me
and
off.
I literally was like,
like Jazz was.
I was like,
he
you're
was
big-
visibly getting fucking like
It-
frustrated.
well, it was too many people that were thinking that it was like they were just going to hang out and we were going to run a camera. And I was
Yeah.
like, I need 4.5 minutes just to fucking tell you what the fuck I need you to do. And then
Yeah.
you can do whatever the fuck you want to. So I literally was like, you were a Marine. Tell everybody
that's
to
right. I gave an at ease.
Yeah, and I was like, tell everybody to just shut the fuck up. And he literally just turned and was like, Eddie's! Now, the reason that worked is like 95% of the fucking people that were there had all served. And
Who
everybody
snapped
just,
to parade rest?
There was a few.
and there was a few. And I was like,
because my voice is fucking.
yeah.
Like, it was there.
Everybody
like,
locked up. I did the thing or whatever. We ran it. And
Like everybody
in
got
this-
quiet, and I was like, still got it.
so we give the safety briefing, which is essentially like there's a lot of cables, there's a lot of lights. Just please watch where you're walking. If I put you somewhere, just fucking stay there. It's for a reason.
I stood there and
Da-da-da-da-da.
watched. I stood there and looked at a wall for a while because only my back of my head was like in the
Yeah.
shot or something. Like I couldn't move.
I told everybody when we're done shooting, though, we have the house for fucking 2 days. Like when we're done, all the beer that's here is props. All the booze that's here is props. There's no point in letting it go to
We
waste.
were barbecuing shit
Let's
out back.
fucking go. Like the barbecue's here.
Nice.
Like if I get the shots in, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
So and then after that, yeah, Mikey and I started fucking chatting and like
So-
you guys, he's been stuck with me ever since. So I'm like herpes. Once I get in there,
Well, and then he got hired at said job, and I was still modeling there, and fucking,
I fought like fuck.
and every time
think
I was in a
everybody
photo
fought.
shoot, every time I was at a photo shoot, it was like, you put this on, Mikey, take your pants off, you put this on, and so it got to the point where Haley was like, "Do you ever wear fucking pants in that building?" I'm like, "No."
Just
In all
saying.
fairness, 2 years of using you, and I don't think I ever used you with pants.
I agree.
So
Remember Christmas in July?
yeah,
There's a whole lot of gifts.
I think that's why we're all friends here.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, what's funny is that when people go like, "How'd you guys meet?" and it's like it's kind of however people meet people.
Just
like
random.
it's a pretty normal thing.
So, I
But
think
the weird thing is, at that time, I already knew John.
it's just
Yeah.
a gauge
Like-
thing. The funny thing was, is I was getting along
I
with
didn't
John
meet you until
and
we
then
decided to do this.
Yeah. And
Scott finally
John,
moved
I
to
think
town.
I met Scott.
John sent me pictures of the night you met.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
I think I met Scott in the front leaning rest, and it wasn't because of him. It was just
I don't know if I remember this.
I guarantee you I was probably just doing push-ups in the company AO, and you walked in and like, "This is a new guy, Simon," and you're like, "What's up?" and walked by, and I'm just fucking like, I fucking hate everyone.
When did you get there?
I got there August 2001.
So I had been there since 99. So I had
Yeah.
already been there a couple of years.
Yeah, you were the old guy in the
Yeah.
platoon.
Yeah.
That's why I said I was probably getting smoked when.
Not much has changed.
No.
Still the
No.
old guy.
So the funny thing is, I had met John first. I had spoken to him on speakerphone a couple times from hanging out with John
Yeah.
because I met with John. We
We
hung
all
out
met
like
John
the first
first.
2 or 3 days.
I was here for 6 months
Well,
before
I'm saying
Scott
we all
got
met.
down.
He met you first
But
before he met us.
So
John
I met
didn't-
you
just doing
before I met
recon
you.
before
You
Scott
met him
got
first
here.
before he
And
met
John
you.
didn't know anybody, and I was self-employed. So it kept turning into like we hung out, and then it was like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And I was like, "Fuck all. What are you doing?"
Yeah,
He was
like, I got this
"Fuck
shit
all."
I need, and I need somebody to help
Yeah,
me.
so I helped you build a thing, like all
Yeah.
that. And I'd spoken to Scott a couple times just on speakerphone.
It was this thing.
Mm.
It was a
was
it was a
part of it.
It was
shitty
the
version
thing
of
that
this
held
thing.
this, and it was
Yeah,
it was
It
in the
worked for the
cheapest way
time.
possible. But
Yeah.
I mean, I used 1x2s instead of 2x4s.
it was literally like, "I can build that thing, but how much do you have?" And he was like,
I got I have
"What can you
$100
do for
budget.
$75?"
Yeah.
And it was like, "We make this work." I was calling people for tools and shit. We made it happen.
Yeah, what's
But,
what's
we
your
don't talk
buddy?
about that.
Okay.
And you ever had one of those veteran friends that you were like, "You're gonna be a good friend, like a longtime friend," and then you find out like, "Oh, I've made a mistake."
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about me, Scott. I just mean like other people.
Sure have, Jazz. Sure the fuck have.
And but that actually brings me to the fact that so I knew John for a while, for like 4 or 5 months before Scott came down the first time.
Yeah.
And I finally met Scott, and Scott left, and I remember going to John and going like, "I don't think he likes me very much." And John was like, "Don't worry about it. It's just kind of Scott." And I met Scott like another like 3 or 4 times, and I still was like, "I don't think he likes me very much."
I think
So-
when Jazz and I had the idea to do the podcast,
Now
and then
that
we,
was an interesting
and
conversation.
then we came in to see you guys
Because we were going to do a podcast.
that was just fate.
Yeah.
But I
That
think
was just
the
fate.
reason you thought Scott didn't like you is because in the process of the first couple months that you knew Scott was an owner of a business that he was hands off on.
For 6 months.
On top of trying to sell his house, move his entire family.
Knowing what I know now,
Yeah.
I 100%
Like,
understand where
but
you
not
were.
only was he trying to sell his house and move his entire family down here, the time crunch was to get everybody here so then we could immediately turn around and go to Vegas for a trade show that is like huge in the industry.
In the middle of a partnership breakup.
Yeah,
It was
and
expensive
also
as fuck.
on top of that.
Yeah.
But like
Dry-
once after the trade show, after July, once Scott was down here permanently, completely different person.
I remember
Yeah.
the first time hanging out with Scott.
I know
That
3 things I'd like to get rid of. No.
The first time I legitimately hung out with Scott was actually Michelle's birthday at the old location.
Okay, yo, that
It
was
was
a
Michelle's.
fun, yeah,
That was a
we
great
had the
night.
barbecue.
that was an unaired episode.
It was right.
That was an unaired
Yeah.
episode.
So, but it was
those wings,
no.
dude.
It was even. It was
Those
pre. It was
wings.
pre the show. It was pre everything.
Oh, okay.
There was Michelle's birthday at the old location, and there was Yeah,
Yeah,
there was the
you weren't
smoked
even there
wings.
yet.
You weren't even there.
Oh,
You
so
weren't
I went to the
there.
one after that.
You went to the one after that.
Jack Mandeville showed up.
Jack Manifold was there. Big Jim was there with
Yeah.
his
Jim and
wife.
Julie, yeah.
We had just met Leon because he had just
Yeah.
built the humidor.
Yeah.
Like it
I was there.
No, you weren't. Not that one.
Oh.
No, yes, he was. He showed up late.
I was there.
He showed up
You
late
burned
because that's
my
when I
kid.
burned your kid with cigars.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
So that was the first time I ever legitimately hung out with Scott, and you and I got to talk without
yeah.
without the world on fire.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I don't think he hates me.
That's right.
And since then, man, it's just been a
Alcohol
and then
is a terrible drug.
Me and
Right.
Justin been buddies from the jump, though.
You know what
My
we've
dude.
never done
Goddamn
though? Is
right.
we still have not had our like grand opening here.
Here, we need
And
to do it.
We're ready now.
We need to do
Yeah.
it. Well, once it gets cool enough where we can,
like in
actually-
the next month or two.
Yeah. Before it gets cold,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, let's start planning this.
Yeah.
but yeah, I
I
mean,
know that
it's,
October
Hey, Mikey.
15th ish.
Mikey,
Yeah.
There's a thing.
yeah, but that's not here.
do you want to?
If you're about to ask me to coordinate an event, I'm going to punch you. You know I don't do that shit no more.
I was just asking if Hero Sports would like to be involved in this.
100%.
Because we.
You guys are great supporters
by the
of
time
Hero
we
Sports.
do this, we should have a Hero Sports cigar
Yeah.
that's available.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you guys are. Warfighter has been a fucking huge supporter of Hero Sports, long before I even worked there, and like fucking from the jump. So yeah, absolutely, dude. We're in.
I kind of feel bad because I was talking when I was on the Gator Hunt with another nonprofit. I was talking about Hero Sports.
Don't feel bad for talking about awesome, dude. Can't turn it off.
But it was funny because like I was explaining to them like they're like, who's been on a Gator Hunt before? And like I raised my hand. They're like, what'd you get? I'm like, I've been on Gator Hunts for 3 years and I've never gotten a single gator.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And I'm like, I've probably watched 25 or 30 gators get killed, but I've never gotten one myself. And they're like, what? And I'm like, God, I take guys out every year. Like that's what I do with Hero Sports. And they're just like, and you've never gotten one. I'm like, no. Like, and frankly, I really don't fucking
But I
care.
think
Like,
that's
as
what
long
it
as somebody
boils-
gets one, it's
I
amazing.
think that's what it boils down to is it's a piece of our community, right? So there's those of us, and I'm saying us or whatever, but there's a lot of people that are involved in our community that understand that it's not necessarily about did you get the gator or did you shoot the dove or did you get to do this, that, and the other,
Yep.
and that's
It's
not
about that.
That's not really what it's about. It's
experience.
did you make a friend like I made with Scott?
Right.
Like, did you make a friend like I did with you? Like, there's all these events that happen, and it's not about did you accomplish the goal of that event. It's about did you leave that event or did you leave that whatever, and now you've got John and Mikey and Scott
So-
and fucking Gary and I guess Reed will fucking throw you in here too. Like, did you meet these people? Cool. Then that's what it's about. It's about being part of the actual community. If you're only involved in this shit because of what it can give you, then you're here for the wrong fucking reason.
The couple times that I've gone out with Hero Sports to do hunting, I don't do it nearly as much as John, but I don't care if I get anything or whatever. So if I can go and help somebody, that's great. But I also like it helps me.
Like I guided a hunt for
100%,
Scott once.
dude.
It fucking helps me, man. Like I love getting out there and like if like the reason I'll go on a Hero Sports hunt is to hang out with everybody at the end of the hunt and have cigars.
That's where
Like,
the fucking
that's-
power is, man.
So,
it,
like-
it really is.
What I've come to realize with Hero Sports, and I feel like this is something that every veteran should take to heart, is how can I impact somebody else's life? It's not about me. Like, I don't guide Hero Sports hunts for me. Like, obviously, yes, it's nice to get outside, to be in a blind, to see all this stuff.
It's like the dog and knife hunt that you and I went on.
Yeah.
We just sat there and we were letting everybody else go. We were like, go get them.
Yeah, that's it.
Right,
I'm here
like-
for you.
Yeah.
What can I do to help?
You know what? Can I bring this home just for a second?
Yep.
So for the last several years, I've worked for other people. And did I do well? Sure. Did I feel a sense of accomplishment for a period of it? And then things changed
Sure.
and I lost it. I decided I wanted to do my own thing. And I don't think I've ever told Scott and John this. Thank you, buddy. but I'm going to go ahead and say it now. And
He's
I
not
want to say
driving
it
anymore, so
Yeah, right.
fill him up.
But I want to say it on camera because I want everybody else to hear what this meant to me. I have known Warfighter Tobacco now for pushing 4 years.
Yeah.
I know where you guys are now compared to where you were. And when I decided I wanted to do my own thing, there's a fear factor that
It's
crops
one
in,
of the
right?
scariest things ever.
And
Yeah, fuck yeah.
because I know what you guys went through and how you handled it, there was a huge amount of inspiration that I pulled from you two when I wanted to go do my own thing.
Dick
and
jokes.
and holding on to it with confidence and going, because I believe it'll work, I can make it work. There was no, if it works, it'll be great. There is only the, it's gonna work regardless of how much effort it takes. So that wouldn't have happened had it not started with, hey, can I take some fucking weird
Yeah.
pictures with you without your pants off, right?
Well,
But-
Well,
That friendship started, and I've never formally thanked you guys, but watching what you guys did to chase a passion and where you're at now, it was a huge inspiration factor for me in going, fuck it. I'm going to go after my own thing and what I care about. And whoever thinks whatever, they can fuck off. I don't care
I
because
really
this is what
wish-
motivates me. And because
I
I've
really
seen where you guys were.
I really wish I knew more about your industry because I feel like I didn't help you as much as I could have. But you were doing something so removed from anything I knew.
It's not that, man.
I'm just
It's-
like,
It's not whether or not I needed you to be hands-on and giving me advice or anything like that. It's I watched you going, I believed I could do this. You took the shot. You made mistakes. You did whatever. And you'll openly
Oh,
admit that
fuck,
like
100%.
we fucking made mistakes along the way, right?
We made,
But-
we
Dude,
made,
have you met him?
We made so
Fuck.
many mistakes, and we were in a point where if this doesn't work, we are so personally fucked.
but
Like it had to work. We had no other choice.
the flip side of that same coin is when that decision was made with when we got rid of a partner that was trying to fuck us over.
and by the way,
the-
they're not exaggerating that. I know we're not going to air it out here,
No.
but I know the full story there.
The
It's pretty fucked.
the motivating factor, besides just pure fucking hate and anger,
Yeah.
was
I love anger.
we don't have a plan B.
Yeah, there
We
was
don't
no
have-
plan B.
There is
Yeah.
nothing for
No
us to fall back
contingency. It was
on.
just fucking this is it or nothing.
We are
Contingency was a Walmart greeter.
yeah. Like
That was
we-
my contingency.
We are
At least you'd be with
100%
people your own
committed.
age.
And it was literally like, and until we got out from underneath that and started to get back on our feet again, it was by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't. There was no pay. We didn't get paid.
there was no housing for
There was,
some of you.
I lived in a
Like,
fucking
You lived in
trailer,
a
behind
trailer
a
for
shop.
a while, dude. Yeah.
I mean,
I
like-
was living on credit cards.
So
Like there was
That we're
nothing.
still paying off.
I'm still to this day. I've been in Texas for almost 4 years. January will be 4 years. I am still paying off personal credit cards from when I first moved down here.
yeah.
So I owe you guys a
But-
huge thanks. Like seriously.
My life now versus my life then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was 100% committed, because we had no other option, and this was it.
Yeah.
By any means necessary, we were going to make this work.
And so-
we were going to do what we
and
need
now,
to do to be
Jez, you've
successful
been
with
into this for how long? Your business?
6 months?
6 months?
Well,
no,
I
4
mean,
months.
December of. I started in December.
When did
of-
you open
of
the doors?
21.
When did you do your
the
first
doors
sale?
opened in April. First sale ever for the
Yes.
store was April 8th.
Okay.
So April, May, June. Yeah. So where you are now, you are light years ahead of where
Yeah.
we were at that time.
Because
And I,
before
look,
April
I am not,
doesn't
I am
count.
not
Yeah.
downplaying or saying that my situation is the same as y'all's. All I want to say is, I want to say thank you for being so honest about where you guys were, because what it did was that it told me my risk. Was there a risk? Of course, there's
Yeah, of
fucking
course.
risk in
Yeah.
doing it, right? But where I was, I owe a huge thank you to you guys for being an example of, if you believe that this is what you're passionate about and you're going to make it work no matter fucking what,
Yeah.
that's what essentially. And I had the conversation with my wife and it was like, look, two of my best friends were in a position where it was like,
We didn't start at zero. We
You guys started
But-
way
but
below
we got
zero.
to zero.
we
and then
got
went
to
up.
zero. Yes.
I remember we had a party when you guys got to zero.
Yeah,
We had zero.
We celebrated when it was zero.
Throwdown party.
Yeah, we had a party.
It was a fucking
But-
brawl.
Zero day was a good day.
Yeah, we had a blast when you guys got to zero.
But I owe you guys a huge fucking thank you. You were one of the big inspirations on saying like, fuck it, I don't need to make money for other people anymore. I can make it for myself. I don't need to. Oh well, I can help these people do it. Fuck them.
I have no ambition.
I can do my.
No,
I can do my own fucking thing.
So one of the things I've learned with Hero Sports is money. As much as we like, what are the three things? Like this fucking debate. What are the three things? I want unlimited money. When people say money doesn't buy happiness, right?
It's half true.
In a sense, I can understand it.
Jet skis, man.
That's why I said in a sense. I get it. Trust me. Like I would much rather be crying with $100 bills
Sure.
than with fucking pennies.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to wipe tears. But
More comfortable.
The personal fulfillment that you get from facilitating and helping other people do things
Cannot
that they
put a price on
normally
that.
wouldn't have
No.
an experience of doing.
Cannot put a price on
You
that.
fucking can't.
And it's
here's the-
amazing how small it is. I have an employee that's working for me right now,
Yeah.
and I love him to death. He's a great fucking employee. Young kid, he's engaged, doing his thing. His girlfriend, fiance, whatever the fuck she is, she makes okay money. But this dude got let go from his prior job in
Yeah.
my industry, and I hired him, and it's taken all the stress off of what they've got going on.
Yeah.
And it's little things like that, the ability to be able to provide that. And that's what Hero Sports is doing. And that's why, like, yeah, is it completely outside your wheelhouse? But we
No,
have that
it's
huge
Not
tournament that's going
recreation,
on.
bro.
We have that huge tournament that's going on. 70% of my client base is veteran.
Yeah.
And we're pushing the money off to Hero Sports
Yep.
and being involved with that. And now you're involved with that. You don't necessarily need the money.
No, I don't, and,
But-
and that's why I feel fortunate, and I have a story to tell you after
But
this.
you're
by the
also,
way.
but unlike, and we worked together and we had a great time doing it.
Sure, had a blast.
But unlike our prior engagement, we're no longer making money for somebody else.
Right.
Yeah,
We are now working because we understand that it's impacting something that we personally fucking care about.
one of the hardest
And that's
things
the
to
biggest difference.
one of the hardest things to explain to organizations that have donated in the past, because they'll be like, "Oh, we already donated to you," and I'm like, "Yeah, guys are still killing themselves.
Yeah. Shit doesn't change.
We're
This
still
is an
working,
ongoing
man.
thing.
Like we're still working. Like this, like it doesn't
Like,
stop. Supporting
for-
veterans isn't a fucking. Oh, we did that in 2020.
for
Cool.
for the
We're still
veterans
here.
for the veterans that are out there, and especially like I personally know a lot of guys, and there's guys that I served with that are they're 100%, and they don't have a job,
Yeah,
and they don't do anything.
But if you don't belong, and
But
the biggest thing
when-
with the
when-
veteran community is, I don't give a fuck if you were. I'm going to use this term, and all you fucking high speeds out there can correct me or whatever. We are all used to belonging to a team. It's something where you felt like you had
Let's-
the guy to your
yeah.
left and right fucking
family.
mattered.
when you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Yep.
And then you step away from that. You need to find something else that is bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to commit to it, whether you have the time or you don't. Whether it's in an hour a month or you can volunteer 40 hours a week. It doesn't matter. And it's not so much about what you're going to do for somebody else. It's about once you start doing it, how you feel and how you look at yourself after you do it. And you reflect back and you're like, fuck, like I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm proud of the things that I'm doing. And I have this huge network now through whatever the fuck I've been doing. But I'm also giving back to somebody else that might not have had this experience or have the ability to have this experience.
absolutely.
And the fulfillment that you get out of that versus like, oh, well, if somebody's not going to pay me, I'm not going to fucking do it.
Yeah, I
Bro,
was
is that
there.
$20 fucking
Yeah.
worth it?
Yeah, right.
Is that fucking $400 a week paycheck? Is it worth it? Or can you put in a couple hours? Can you put a little bit of time and donate and volunteer yourself to give back to something that you've been a part of, that somebody else has already probably fucking done to you,
Yeah,
just to get that experience, just to see how it feels?
I'm going to counter what you're saying just a little bit, but I don't mean to like what you say. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Warfighter back when we were so broke, and today, and ever all the time, we get hit up by so many charities. If I said yes to everybody, I would literally give the company away in about 3 months and be broke.
But the flip side of that same coin,
Dude, my company is
Give
way
me a-
younger than yours, and if I gave up
Give me a
money to
chance.
everybody
fucked.
that's asked me,
Give me
I'd
a-
already rolled
Give me
the
a
door.
chance to become profitable. Give me a chance, and I will give back what I can. But we have to be able to. We have to be able to
we have to be in the
keep the lights
position.
on. We have to be in the position. We're getting ourselves in the position to do what we can.
Now, the flip side of that same coin, before we sold a single cigar, we donated $5,000 to the Fallen Angel Aviator Foundation.
yeah, probably a mistake,
Probably not.
but I don't feel bad about it.
When
But
we
if
brought
it's-
that up to decide if we were going to do it or not, there wasn't a single person that hesitated saying no, we shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And so we literally were a charitable organization before we even started having income. Now,
Now I feel like a dick.
no, because
It was
now the 12 months after that was like, fuck, we could really use that $5,000 right now.
No, it was a business mistake.
And hindsight was great, and we
but it was
wouldn't-
a moral victory.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Here's why I said I feel like a
But
dick.
if I didn't start making sound decisions after that, I would have moral victoried me out of business.
yeah,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Warfighter Tobacco Company
you'd have
would
been
essentially be a
you'd have been
nonprofit.
moral but bankrupt.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like a dick. So we're doing that big charity tournament,
Mhm.
and we're going to give everything to Hero Sports.
Yeah.
I'm down for it, and we want to do it all the time.
Yeah.
We're actually talking about now doing an annual tournament called the Bar Fight, to where you come in and do it,
Nice.
and all the beer sales and everything. I've got breweries
Are
lined
you
up.
setting up like an octagon? Because
You should.
So the way it's going to work is
It's
that
for charity.
it'll be this big tournament, but we're bringing in all the breweries.
Nice.
So it's going to be really a beer festival that happens to have some gaming that goes on
that's
to it.
cool.
But that tournament is going to, all of its proceeds are going to go back into, it's probably going to be Hero Sports, mainly because I know where the money goes. But I get asked all the time, do you provide a military discount? And I was like, I do, but here's how it works.
It's 10%.
It's 10%. It's 10% off because you were a veteran. But then you pay 10% more to me because I'm a veteran-owned company to thank me for my service.
Yeah.
So now we're right back to retail. And every vet that I've told that went, fucking fair enough. And they swipe their credit card and they're good to go.
Yeah.
Now look, you can get 10% off at fucking Academy or whatever. Knock yourself out. But I'm a 4-month-old business.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, don't feel like a dick for that, man.
I'm going to tell you right now that my margins are not good enough in military city USA, where 80% of the fucking population can show me a military
Yeah.
ID card.
We should call it a civilian 10% increase.
It's insanity.
Right.
Like in this town,
it'd
it's
be
just
easier.
brutal.
Yeah, are
I
you
can't
military?
do it.
No, okay, it's extra 10%.
Yeah. So it's not that I don't respect your service. I do, but
Yeah.
it like
It's that
I'm
like,
too young.
If I gave to every fucking veteran that walked through my door, bro, I'd
it's-
be broke.
at that point,
If I
literally,
gave-
I'm just going to take what I sell and take 10% off and just go like,
If
I just
gave-
don't make that money.
Yeah.
If I gave to every golf tournament that was being put on by somebody,
Yeah.
or Christmas party,
Dude.
like holy
Like
cow.
I feel
and
bad.
then-
Like I hit you guys up for like donation stuff, and like for like Hero Sports,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, I know I just asked you for this, but I really need other shit for
But
this
the-
other
here's
event.
what I will
And it's
say,
like
on
I'm
this
sorry, like fuck.
The difference
On the show
is,
right
though,
now, the Warfighter grand opening for this location, if you're going to throw a party,
Yeah.
Battle Pub will back all the beer. We'll do draft beer for the party.
done.
Oh, nice.
We'll handle all the draft beer.
Now we just
Don't
need a
even worry
horse
about
soldier to supply the whiskey.
Oh, and a food truck.
I'll make a call to horse holder.
We need the mass hole food truck.
No, we need the food
They have
truck.
a mass whole food truck.
Oh, it's in San Antonio, and they do the best fucking lobster rolls.
Oh my god.
Oh, is it Cousins?
You know, it's called Mass Hole Food Truck.
Oh, they ripped off Cousins. There's Cousins Maine Lobsters. 2 food trucks here that do fucking. They do both fucking Connecticut and Maine.
There's a Cousins here.
The Cousins Maine Lobster.
I didn't know that was here.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it was on Shark Tank.
I know.
Yeah, there's 2 of them here, and
but
they're
yeah.
glorious. But I didn't
Anyway.
know about Mass Hole. I'm
Yeah.
interested.
If you're going to do a grand opening, give me a date.
You give me a lobster roll.
Yeah, we'll,
I
pl-
will-
we'll
Up a
plan
lobster
it.
roll.
I will handle all the beer for the grand opening celebration for this location.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll plan
Are they
it.
cold or
Battle
hot?
Pub's got the beer.
Cold.
Don't worry about it.
So they're Maine. Main style. Got it.
Nice.
The only way.
I mean, I agree.
I know you don't know my industry at all, but we sell beer, so I
We
can
can set
handle
up
it.
some tables for
Yeah.
games.
And nobody's gonna know what the fuck that is. Actually,
No,
Reed's
not
a fucking nerd.
for your clientele.
Reed's a
Dude,
geek
let's-
as fuck back there.
Let's build a fucking sand table and do like TDGs.
He's actually he's a trading card game player. So yeah, he's one of my people. We're everywhere.
Want to use guys?
Yeah.
This has gone fucking.
Yeah, we're way long.
Okay,
So the title of this.
Hold on, time out. I'm calling an audible real quick. So what
Uh-oh.
we're gonna do is we're gonna take the first 20 minutes or so for the debate, and that's gonna go out, and then I'm gonna pull this last bit because I think it's fucking awesome, and I don't want anybody to miss it
Yeah.
in case they don't tend to listen to the debates, and that's gonna go out as a separate piece of content.
I like it.
Just how
I
we
was going to
met.
suggest that.
What's that?
How we met.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How the Freedom Friends came to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
We're
I
going
just-
to talk about how we met Justin.
Oh fuck. No. All right. 3 little things.
How'd you
My-
meet Justin?
So my dad and my stepmom went down to the beach one day.
Oh,
Do you not know your conception story? Because I do. I don't know why the fuck I know
Use
that
this mic.
story.
Get over here.
He just got muted.
I think I met Justin when he didn't show up for your brother's wedding.
I think that's when I met him too.
Shit.
Oh. I met him the same day I met you.
No, so obviously Justin is my little brother. There's about a 13-year gap between the two of us.
I'd call it younger. He's taller than you.
He'd still be my little brother for fucking.
Well, weight
ever.
wise, yeah.
Jazz,
Do you know why? I will always be older and meaner than he is. Like that's
I have a question for you.
hit me.
So Justin, congratulations, recently got engaged.
Got
He did.
engaged,
He
man.
did.
Congrats.
And I'm just wondering
Thanks,
if you're
guys.
going to go to his wedding.
She's going to be a great first ex-wife.
Yeah,
I think he just tried to mute you. but
no,
missed
I
it.
will 100% be at his wedding. I will be in whatever capacity he decides that I need to be at his wedding.
An usher.
The flower girl.
Whoa, I don't want Jazz talking to that
No,
many
no, no,
people.
Flower girl, that bitch.
So I'll go
Flower
ahead and
girl,
say
that
it.
motherfucker.
Ring bearer.
He has asked me to be his best man,
Nice.
which I am honored and love you for offering me that position. What I will say is I am 13 years older than him, and I think there are other people in your life that probably fit that role
No, Jazz is
better
gonna,
than me.
Jazz is gonna be
Um,
my best man, but I'm gonna let him opt out on some things because
Yeah,
all of
there
my
you
friends
go.
are my age
Yeah.
and everything. So I'm like, I love you. I'm not gonna
I
make
will
you
say,
suffer through
I
that.
will say that his bride to be has already admitted that she's nervous about me being around the wedding.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
That speech is going to be hilarious.
I have done something correct.
Does she
Yeah.
know who he's going to invite?
Does she know who I'm going to invite?
Well, that's what I mean.
you can't invite people
Like-
to his wedding.
If I'm best man, I'll do whatever the fuck I want to.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, it's exactly how it works.
See? No, I'm fucking stoked for him.
God, I'm going to get drunk.
There's going to be a cigar and whiskey bar at his wedding, whether he likes it or not.
Right? Be
I
like,
will say
where did the
though,
cigar and
we'll
whiskey
set
go?
up our
Come on,
own.
don't worry about it. It's fucking fine.
I love my now fiance because when we were going through the
I hope
guest
so.
list,
You're marrying her.
this is another reason. We were going through the guest list, and obviously all of y'all came up, and she goes, "Oh, so we need whiskey at the wedding," and I was like, "That's my girl."
Can you confirm?
I'll throw this out there. You don't have to
No,
have
you
whiskey.
put
You're
up-
going to have whiskey.
Just
Whether
put it
you
on
have
Whiskey's
it or
gonna be
not,
there.
it will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BYOW. That's I'm fucking serious.
Yeah. Everybody show up
Everybody
with their own
shows up,
down
the
for
bottle.
this.
bottle will be good.
It'll be like a potluck with awesomeness.
So the reason that he,
Your bartenders just have to know that like
They just need to pour ice
these
in
4
cups.
bottles are for these 4 gentlemen.
Yeah.
so
4.
the gentlemen,
I fucked that up. Yeah.
I think she's actually nervous because I said, "Oh, he'll be at the wedding day." Whether or not we're power sliding into the front of the church or not at the beginning of it is
get married
a
at a
totally
church?
different animal.
I will give you. I
Oh.
will give you some advice. Do not have your bachelor party the day before.
Oh, absolutely
No,
not.
it's
the
not a
worst
good
idea
idea.
ever because I
Fuck
did,
no.
and it was rough.
You got to figure out a way to get those face
that
tattoos
still
removed
has
before.
Yeah.
that still has nothing to do with our capability of power sliding into where the fucking
Oh,
church
facts.
is.
Sure.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I need to talk to the dude that parked the Viper here. I need to have a conversation. But no, I'm beyond stoked for you, buddy.
Who's marrying you?
You know what? Hold on. I'm going to get
His
ahead of this.
fiance?
I liked the fiance's idea.
What?
The fiance actually said that I should do it.
Oh yeah,
You can't be the best man and the guy that marries her.
Says you.
yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
I could fucking 100% do it, and Drew could stand next to you.
I will tell you this much: if I do your wedding,
No.
it will be my
if anybody but a
22nd
pastor
wedding.
does it,
I'll
And
tag
I will make 22 jokes the whole time.
I will tag
and
team
the
it
only
with
people
Mikey.
who will laugh will be us.
I'm already laughing.
That's not true because Jack Mandeville is getting an invite. So,
how many
He'll be laughing as
how
well.
many officials are you willing to have?
well, you can have more than one.
That's
Hey,
not the
I'm
question
ordained
I
too.
asked.
News to me.
I
I'll
asked,
tag team it.
We're in the
how
same
many
church.
officials are you
Yeah.
willing to have?
Ideally, one.
Have you seen any Arabic weddings? I'm going to be the guy with the AK.
I'm totally okay with
I have an
that.
AK. You can use it.
Instead of like the sparklers that they hold when they come out, I'm just gonna have everybody bring their own weapons and we're just gonna fire off. in the
No,
air.
but I'm going to be that guy that's got like the 50 round drum and be like, blah, 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 blah. What just happened?
No, I'm stoked for you, buddy.
I mean, we know enough people that have ranches that we can literally make that happen.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, we know enough people with ranches that you don't need to pay for a location. Like, that shit just becomes free.
We're like, look, they're gonna walk under a fucking hail of gunfire as they're coming out of the building. Is that cool with you? They're gonna be like, fuck yes.
Dude, she's from fucking like the middle of nowhere, Texas. Like, she's from a family of like, we carry in case there's a rattler. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, that's
As you
her
should.
full family.
But do
Like,
they know what M79s are? Because that's what's going to be.
right,
right.
right.
Thump.
Oh, we got you. No, I'm very, very.
And then flares.
So I just
It'll be
celebrated.
beautiful.
I just
Right.
celebrated my anniversary, and
Yeah.
so I just celebrated my 3rd.
I just celebrated my 12th in August.
That's cute.
But I'm on round 2.
Me too.
I fucking love Dave. Dave just texted me. Dave's sober. Dave just texted me. He
You
goes,
okay?
"You want some bullet waiting for you when you get home?"
Good fucking dude.
How long have you been fucking Dave?
No,
Well, it's been a while.
No, I'm half worried because what happened to my house? Why do I need whiskey when I get home? Like what? Like if he threw a party, fucking good on you, man.
Well,
Like
your dog's here,
have at
so
it. I'll stay here. I have a couch in my office.
You're gonna need to change the pool filters.
He shocked it and cleaned it this whole weekend. Like
There's a reason.
that's
I
what I'm
hope.
saying. Like I almost want to text back. Like
So-
should I just not come home tonight?
You
Here's
come
what I
home,
have.
you come home
Here's
and
the
there's a
question I
sock on the
have.
front door.
Am I gonna get an actual invite to the wedding, or you're just gonna like tell me a random date?
I've got a plan for your invite. Don't worry.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Buddy, you know what?
Hey,
I will come to your wedding.
I'm gonna give you.
You're
the
gonna
right
be at his
place.
fucking wedding.
That's what I'm saying.
the
I'm going to come to your wedding in whatever capacity you want me to be, and it's going to be a fucking great
The
time. I'm
right,
three,
stoked
the
to be
three of
there.
us will be there.
Well, he's gonna
Oh.
no. His idea
Oh.
is to give Jazz the wrong time, wrong place.
Oh no! I'm gonna give you very clear, concise
It's gonna
information.
It's gonna have 10-digit grid coordinates. Be
About
like, here's where it
where-
is, motherfucker.
when and everything you need to know as a good groom should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean like the 4 people that told you where the fuck it was happening?
He's not wrong, buddy. I was one of them. I told you. I even said it.
Y'all have all been drinking. I don't know.
It
what y'all
doesn't matter
talking about.
because for my wedding we eloped, so we're gonna have like a proper wedding.
I don't know.
Eventually.
If you have guests at your wedding, I don't think it's considered eloping.
That's true. You had guests.
I want to redo it anyways because of the person that married me.
We weren't guests. We were witnesses.
Well, you had 2 other people that could have that
That's
were
true.
there,
That's why we're redoing it.
but you definitely had guests.
You had options.
We
You're
did.
re- you're
But at the
redoing
5
it.
year,
You're-
5 year, we're gonna renew everything, and it's
okay.
gonna be a full on, the whole shindig.
Nice.
We're gonna do the whole fucking 9 yards.
Same place?
You know what?
Can we have a fake Alamo in the backyard or wherever you do it?
I might do it. Same fucking place. 5 years.
Yeah.
Fucking look. People like to shit on our city, man. I fucking love this city.
This city's awesome.
I love San Antonio.
Anybody shits on San Antonio, I'm like, you've obviously never lived
I
here.
love
I-
San Antonio,
This
but I
place is
won't go inside
fucking great.
1604.
Fuck, dude, you're right. Like I never go inside
I
the
love
loop.
San Antonio,
Yeah.
but I won't go inside the loop.
You know what?
I
My
work
store-
inside the loop
my store outside the
Outside?
loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
By
fucking-
feet.
by like feet.
But is it outside?
Technically, yes, sir.
Goddamn right. It's like
I work inside the loop, so
if I come on your lower tummy, I'm still outside. Like it doesn't fucking doesn't
if
matter
you
how
stand
close
up
it
and
is,
if
as long
you
as it's
stand up and it drains
outside.
in, it's not my fault.
That's on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your body, your
I didn't
choice,
throw it
right?
in there though.
All I know is that I will never suffer from cream pie to cutie pie. Like that's not a problem.
It's
Swim in-
midnight. Let's wrap this up.
It fucking
Yeah,
feels
boys,
like
we
it.
gotta wrap this up because I'm actually running out of room on my computer to like
Yeah.
save footage.
Why did we
so-
just decide to go fucking retarded long
I don't know.
today?
It was a good night.
It was a good night.
I'm happy with this
Scott,
one.
I'm with you, man. I had a great fucking time.
did too.
I think
Yeah.
it's because I had a moment earlier and then we had to get sentimental afterwards.
Can I talk one more thing?
Sure.
I like our new chairs. Good job,
These are
Justin.
Very
fucking well
nice.
done,
These are
Justin.
nice.
These are
Oh,
fucking
this was Scott just sent me a link
I
and was
sent
like,
him
get some of these.
Order
Yeah,
these.
this is all
well done,
Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, these are
fucking
these are legit.
these are awesome.
I like
I am
these chairs.
very much happy with
Yeah,
this.
these are awesome.
Yeah, these are nice.
So, anyways, yes, congratulations to Justin on his
Thank you guys. I appreciate
upcoming
it.
fucking
But we still
nuptials.
didn't talk about how we met Justin. That was the whole point of all of this.
Did you sign a contract?
Doesn't matter.
Prenup, dude. All 15 cents that you own.
She makes more money than me.
That's why you
want
need a
more.
prenup.
But you
That's why
own
she needs a
but
prenup.
you own the house.
Yeah.
And from somebody that lost everything,
Oh, my name's the only one on the title.
that doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that doesn't
for
matter.
now.
That doesn't
That
matter.
doesn't
in a
fucking matter, dude.
In a fucking 50-50 state, that don't matter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Welcome to Texas.
Yup. Can confirm.
Yeah,
Look, I
can
love
see
her.
the gears turning.
I love her and I know her very well, and my wife loves her, and we adore her.
She's a great kid. I like her too. She's
But-
cool. But
Square your shit away.
I liked my first one too.
I liked my first one.
I'm not always right the first time, man.
I'm kind of fond of my first one.
I feel like this is the hardest part about talking to somebody that's about to get married.
Oh no, because they know better.
No, because it is
You can't tell them.
it is the most honest advice in the world, but it sounds offensive because they haven't been through it, so they don't know
Dude,
firsthand.
I literally
I hope
hope
I'm wrong.
I hope to every god that anybody's ever prayed to that it's a fucking 50-year marriage. I do.
Does your mother-in-law
I
like you?
honestly believe that.
Here's the thing about a prenup. If it's the rest of your life, like Jim
Then
fucking
it
Pee Wee
doesn't
Martin,
matter.
he was married 73 years. If it's the rest of your life, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Does your mother-in-law like you?
Yes.
You're fucked.
Oh yeah.
If she hates you, you had,
Let me put it this way.
had-
Did you build your rifle? Did you build your rifle?
I'm sure a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you confirm your zero?
Yeah.
Just saying. You can
I
have
don't
all.
think Justin's tracking.
I don't think I get that analogy
Yeah.
either.
What I mean is, you can have all faith in the world of the quality of it. There's nothing wrong with having a backup.
Well, confirming your zero is just.
Is making sure you don't get fucked when it actually matters.
No, you need to make sure you get fucked when it actually matters. That's what you're got to be more concerned with.
I think he's talking in the literal sense and he's being figurative. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, smash those fucking buttons. Once again, it's brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. That'll score you a sweet 15% off over there. OWellness.us for your CBD treats and needs. Use that code FreedomFriends25. That'll get you a quarter off your order. And of course, Icy Tech Coolers, icytech.com for those who get it. Use that code FreedomFriends10. That'll get you 10% off. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your fucking mom's friends. We do these debates that don't usually go this long, but it was fun. I'll raise my glass, say thanks, buddies,
Cheers.
just for being my freedom friends and for just being good fucking dudes. Oh. Haley's going to be like, I thought we were done with these long fucking nights of the podcast.
It's
I'll be
only
like, nah.
9.
Well, that's true. I'm
usually,
old, though, man.
Usually I'm home by 9.
I was in my 30s
To
when we
be
started
fair,
this shit.
that's 4 hours. 'Cause
Yeah.
We started at 5.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
3 little things. Not hard to do. Words to live by, if you will. Johnny Boy, hit him with the first one.
Smoke on.
Jazz?
Drink on.
And God damn it, kids.
Freedom to
to fuck
fuck
on. Later.